Hey, what's up everybody? This is Kalan from White Glove Models. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be working on part 2 of the Messerschmitt BF110. And again, this is a Minicraft model kits model. And it's been a lot of fun to put together so far. There was a lot of cleanup that I had to do though, just to get parts to fit right. So you'll see quite a bit of scraping and sanding, and then we'll get into filling it a little bit later. So I get a lot of questions about this knife. It's a little Westcott pen knife, and it's a mini knife, which is nice because it makes everything easier working on smaller models. And it has these replacement blades that you can find on Amazon. I bought mine at Walmart. I haven't been able to find it lately on Amazon, but you can go to westcott.com. They have it on their website. Or Amazon has these knockoffs, which work pretty well from my understanding as well, and they accept the same blades. So I really do enjoy these Minicraft kits. You know, the fit isn't always the best, and there's always a lot of cleanup on them, but for me that's my favorite part of the hobby, and I don't mind it at all. So I can't say anything really bad about any of the Minicraft kits that I put together so far, because it is all about what you put into it, and so far it's been a lot of fun, and I really have enjoyed this build. So lots and lots of cleanup, just sanding and trying to clean up any lines that where there was extra plastic, things like that. But overall, everything is coming together really nicely. And overall, I'm really happy with how the wings actually fit onto the chassis. They were very nicely and tightly fit. And so there was very little cleanup around there. But eventually you'll see I'll be adding a lot of filler to certain areas, and the filler that I end up using tends to shrink, so you'll see me applying it a few different times. So this filler that I'm using right now is the Vallejo plastic putty, and it does shrink a lot. So even though I had cleaned it up and tried to make it as smooth as possible, after it would dry, that gap was so big that it would sink into it, and I had ended up on this particular wing, I think I had to apply it about 3 different times. This was the other side of the wing, or the other wing basically, that needed just a tiny bit of filler. For the most part, it wasn't near as bad as the other side there. And I think this one only took about 1 coat, or 1 application, I guess you could say. So another one of my favorite go-to tools is this little sanding stick that I've made. And basically all I did was I took some Tamiya, the soft back or sponge sandpaper that they have, and I super glued it using crazy glue to a skewer, basically a stick that I cut off of a skewer, and let that dry for maybe about 10-15 minutes. And I use these all the time. They are one of my favorite go-to tools. So I just wanted to kind of put it together to get an overall look at how it's going to look when it's done, and we're almost there. So this is the end of part 2. Thank you so much for joining me. In part 3, I will be putting everything together, and I think finishing up pretty much the entire build before I start doing all the detail work I need to do to it. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed so you don't miss out on any new content.